Welcome to Women's Sports Weekly, where women's sports happen every day, but we talk about it once a week. I'm Danielle.
And I'm Carolyn. Women's Sports Weekly is a podcast where we discuss the latest news, explore interesting stories, and share our love for women's sports. Follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at Women's Sports Weekly Pod. Follow us and rate us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Send us an email at womensportsweeklypod@gmail.com, and we may feature your email on our listener experience zone, The Les. How are you feeling, Danielle? We had a lot of listeners that were very worried.
Definitely feeling a lot better. Not 100%, but the steroid is managing the pain, which I think is inflammation, but no doctor has given me an answer yet. So that's frustrating, but definitely feeling better. I rode the bike for the first time yesterday in almost 2 weeks because I was like, okay, this pain feels really, really, really manageable. So I think we could do it. So definitely happy to be feeling more normal.
And you fired a doctor in the process.
Yes, actively firing my rheumatologist who dismissed everything that I told him. So that was fun.
Women doctors only from now on.
And I don't want to shit on all men doctors, but this person in particular, not going to see him anymore after that, because everything I've read online for what I think is happening to me, they say go to a rheumatologist. So he said, I don't really never heard of that. And I've talked to other doctors who are like, oh, I know what that is. Yeah, that makes sense. And it's like, whatever. Frustrating.
As much as we advocating for yourself at the doctor, I'm also a huge advocate for firing your doctors. Like I say it to people all the time. I'm like, fire your doctor. Go find someone new. Find someone who will help you. Fire your therapist. Find one that works for you.
Yeah, I just have no time. And he's been great because I haven't had any flare-ups since I moved here, literally. And every time I visit him in the past, the appointments are super easy because he feels around. I'm like, yep, everything feels good. He's like, okay, continue on. So
got a little bit difficult and now it's over. There's a breakup.
Yes. So that's a message for everyone.
But you know who's not breaking up? Us.
That is very true.
We had Valentine's Day this past weekend.
We did. It was very nice to go out to dinner. We haven't had a date night, just us, since New Year's Eve. So it was very nice. We tried out a new restaurant and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was really good. It was called Pig and Tiger. It was a Taiwanese restaurant and we ate all the noodles.
Yes.
And then their dessert.
Oh my God. That has to be like top 5 desserts I've ever had in my life.
Agreed. It was a shaved pineapple ice, but it was on panna cotta. And then it had these like crumbly little nuts on top.
And like real cut up pineapple on top. It was amazing.
And basil.
Oh,
it
yeah.
was so good.
It tasted like a Mai Tai, I think. Like one of those fruity pineapple drinks.
Yeah.
It was so good.
It was so good. Yeah, that was awesome. And then we came home. We did an early bird special. We went out at 5:00 p.m. because that was the only time we could get a reservation 3 weeks ahead.
And let's be real.
We love it.
Yeah, that's our favorite time to eat.
It gives us so much time to then do what we want afterwards. I talked a big game. I was like, let's go get a beer after. I wanted to go to the Heated Rivalry dance party at 11 p.m., but none of that happened. And we knew none of that was going to happen.
Yeah, the beer, I was like, that could happen. But we ate so much at the restaurant. It's like, I can't fit anything else in my stomach. And also, from the start, when you said that dance party, it started at 11. I was like, I'll send you a Scout because there is no way in hell I will be making it to 11. Forget after 11.
I have to try to lie to myself and tell myself, if it started at 8, I would have said to everyone I know, because I sent it to my friends too, that we have to go. But 11 start time is... I'm sorry. I'm about to be 35 years old. It is just not happening anymore. But what we did do is we came home afterwards and we watched episode 6 of Heated Rivalry, which is like a perfect Valentine's Day episode.
Yes. And we also caught the second half of the LSU South Carolina women's basketball game, which was a great game. So yeah, overall it was a great day.
Yeah. So pretty much my favorite Valentine's Day: food, heated rivalry, sports, in bed early. Love it.
Yeah, it was great. We've also been back in the basement this weekend working on the laundry room. First attempt at flooring.
It did not go well, everyone. The flooring did not go great.
Well, our first mistake was picking herringbone. Just stick with regular flooring. Don't go with a design unless you're
a floor master.
Yeah, because that was our biggest mistake. And it took, as all things do, longer than we would have liked.
All weekend.
But it's in.
It is in.
A lot of cuts were made.
Way too many cuts were made. Way too many mistakes were made. it does look great. So it's going to be fine.
Yeah, there's some mistakes that are going to haunt me because I could see it. But, it's a laundry room. It's in the utility closet. No one's going in there. It just makes me happy to have a nice floor and a painted wall in there.
That's right. The room is practically done. We just need to put some shelves up, get some storage in there. But otherwise, we're cruising right along. And I think we learned some things for when we eventually have to put in the floor in the big area in our basement. But I am a little bit worried, if we're going to be honest.
Yeah. But I'm glad we did the small area first. So it's great.
And we're really good at using power tools now. That miter saw is our bitch. Like, we can do whatever we want with that thing.
So true.
So that was good. Oh, we didn't talk about the last episode. We didn't talk about the Super Bowl. And not to talk about any of the sports, just to talk about Bad Bunny.
So good. I loved it.
I just keep listening. I haven't rewatched it yet, which is so not like me. Usually when I like something, obviously, as you can tell, I'll watch it again and again, but I haven't done it yet. So I need to do it. I need to do it right after we get off this.
I've just been listening to his music more and more, but same, I haven't rewatched it.
But set, production, design, amazing. His stage presence, amazing. The dancers, amazing. Just this beautiful, beautiful ode to America, and had a wedding in it and an engagement in it, and then had Lady Gaga. And it's like, if you don't like that, I think you're just a hater.
Yeah, it was fun, but the Super Bowl itself sucked. So with that, we'll get on into our highlight reel and talk about the fun sports, the women's sports, starting with the Olympics.
Yes, let's get into the Olympic snowboarding halfpipe. So Chloe Kim was going for her third straight gold. As a reminder, she tore her labrum in a training run a couple of weeks before the Olympics, but still going for her third straight gold here. It is the best of 3 runs. In her first run, she scored 88 points and had an early lead, and she held that 88 points for the majority of the competition. 17-year-old Gaon Choi of South Korea went into her opening run and took a horrible fall. Yeah. It was so bad. I did not think she was going to get up. She was just laid there for a really, really long time.
Was that the fall where her legs like crumbled up?
No, I don't think it was that one.
Okay. There were a few bad falls that I was like, similar to how we were talking about in the skiing. Like once one person goes down, I feel like it gets in people's heads. Snow was also coming down. Yeah. I feel like the visibility was bad, but there were quite a few bad falls. But sorry, keep going.
There were horrible falls. Yeah. Someone hit the lip, like just.
Oh, that one looked horrible.
Slammed it, but I forget who that was. So anyway, she was laid out in the middle of the half pipe. She had to have a concussion check. I was like, there's no way this person is coming back. Again, it was scary, but she goes again for her second run and falls again.
I feel like not only if you see someone else fall, you get in your head, but if you fall once, like how are you not in your head that you're going to fall again? That sucks.
Yeah, I think it's maybe being 17 years old, because she goes for her third run and she throws it down. Just has a clean run. On her third run, she earned 90.25 points. So that put her ahead of Chloe Kim.
Talk about resilience. That's amazing to have 2 really bad runs and then take the lead.
Yeah, like goldfish energy. Just like, okay, I'm going to throw down now.
And I honestly really enjoy that the sports that give them more than one run, because something like the half pipe, like it doesn't take long and there is so much room for error, and it shouldn't just be one chance. So I like that.
So then Chloe Kim goes up for her third and final run of the night. And she said, I didn't want to play it safe. I just decided that I was going to throw the hardest tricks I knew and ones that she landed before. So she's sitting in second place and she fell on her cab double cork 1080. Do I know what that is?
Sounds like I don't know what that is.
Sounds like a wine I want to drink.
A different language, yeah.
A cab double cork 1080. Like I said, she landed it cleanly in previous runs, but because she fell on that run, that made it so she stuck with her highest score of 88 points from her first run, and she took home the silver. For Choi, her victory marks the first female Korean athlete to win a medal in snow sports, and it's also South Korea's first snowboarding goal. Chloe Kim went right up to Gaon Choi after and gave her a big hug. It was really cool to see. The podium was all Asian representation, which was also very cool. So many reporters after Chloe Kim received silver asked her how she felt about it. And I just want to quote her here because I think, especially in the US, we put this emphasis on perfection and like, oh, you didn't get gold 3 times in a row. How does it feel to take home the silver? And so I want to read some quotes from Chloe Kim. So she said, quote, "There was a lot of conversation happening about the three-peat and whatnot. And I think I was thinking about it for sure. But the minute I injured myself, I was like, that doesn't matter anymore. Let's just get there and see how far we can go. So this feels like a win for me because a month ago it didn't seem too possible." She went on to say, quote, "I'm here walking away with my 3rd medal. What the hell? This is so sick."
That's amazing.
And I just love that because she was like, no, you're not going to make me feel bad about this. I'm an Olympian, 1. And 2, I just took home silver. And like, great, a 17-year-old who I'm her idol. Now I get to pass the torch on and I'm still dominating this sport. So I just thought that was really, really cool.
I love that.
All right, let's get into NCAA softball.
Yeah, softball's back, which always blows my mind in February because Denver's been warm, but I feel like there's snow mostly all over the country. So it just always feels early to me. But they're down in Florida, so no snow there.
The Northeast is freezing, but not in Clearwater, not in Florida. I just want to take a moment to talk a little bit about Duke softball. They came into the Invitational ranked 22nd, and then they beat Texas A&M, who was ranked 8-6. Then they beat LSU, who was ranked 12, 5-3. And then they beat Oklahoma State 9-6. Oklahoma State was not ranked at the time, but it was a crazy game. And I need to shout out freshman Gabby Shattuck. In the bottom of the 6th of this Oklahoma State game, it was tied 6-6. Freshman Gabby Shattuck crushed a 3-run homer over the left field wall to push Duke ahead 9-6, and they ended up winning that game. Unfortunately, they went off to a hot start, and then they ended up losing to Georgia, who is ranked 20th, and then unranked Missouri. It's still the very early beginning of the season, but I feel very bad for whoever has to do the rankings this week with all of this flip-flop. And Gabby Shattuck is from New Jersey, and my sister coached her, so that's really cool. Duke, as a reminder, started their program officially in 2018, and it's just really amazing to see the investment that the team has made and what head coach Marissa Young has done in now 8 short years. It's just truly, truly amazing. So softball is here. Check it out.
Yes. All right. We are going to get into Unrivaled, the one-on-one tournament. I was super excited to watch this. I loved every moment that I did watch it. And we have a winner. But let's get into some of the games here. We misspoke last episode.
You got a mouse in your pocket?
You didn't correct me. Rude. I said, oh, Aaliyah Edwards, I don't think she'll win again. Nafisa Collier won last year. She beat Aaliyah Edwards in the final. So just a reminder there. So Nafisa Collier was last year's champion. She's obviously out now with ankle injuries, so she did not participate this year. But I really liked how they split up the 4 pods into the different positions and then really get to see how it played out towards semifinals and the final.
Yeah, and then we end up in the semifinals that you have 3 guards and 1 big. So in the semifinals, it was Kelsey Plum, Chelsea Gray, Alicia Gray, and Aaliyah Boston. So let's get into the semifinal match with Kelsey Plum versus Chelsea Gray.
At the start of this match, I was like, there have been so many one-on-one games where someone comes out strong. I'm like, are they going to shut the other person out?
And there have been shutouts.
Because Kelsey Plum came out strong and started off with an 8-0 lead. Chelsea Gray, the Point Gawd, as we all like to call her, obviously came back. She really focused in on the defensive end, and she even said after the game, once I got the ball back in my hands, I was able to take it to the basket. So from there, she started closing in on that lead, and she ended up winning this. She went on a 12-0 run to win this matchup.
That's crazy.
So crazy. To finish off Kelsey Plum in this, she had a clutch turnaround bank shot when the clock was expiring. Such a Chelsea Gray move. A great first matchup of the semifinals.
And Kelsey Plum was just hoping that she didn't get that shot out off before the shot clock, but she did.
Yes. And then we had your two former Gamecocks, Alicia Gray and Aaliyah Boston.
I loved this matchup. I just love when former Gamecocks go at it. I love Alicia Gray. I love Aaliyah Boston too, but specifically I love Alicia Gray. She opened up with a 9-0 run, but then Aaliyah Boston answered with 10 straight points to take a 1-point lead. So now it's 10-9. So anyone who scores next is going to win because it's 2-11. Aaliyah Boston misses a jumper. Alicia Gray secured the defensive rebound and then was on the 3-point line, just kind of like,
She was
what's
pretty
that called? She was deep, but what's it called when you like a jab step?
Yeah.
She was like jabbing.
But did she have her dribble? I thought she didn't have her dribble at that point.
I don't know. Maybe she dribbled to get to that spot.
Yeah, because I'm like, why wasn't I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm not remembering correctly, but keep going.
But Aaliyah could have been playing closer to
That's
her.
what I'm saying. Like, I didn't think she had her dribble, so I didn't understand why Aaliyah Boston gave her so much room. I do, early in the game, she did foul Alicia Gray on a 3. So I guess she was scared of doing that again.
Got it. That's a good point. So she jabs a couple times and then throws up a deep 3 and it goes in. She wins the game. It was wild.
Everyone was going absolutely nuts.
It was so fun. So then in the finals, you have Gray versus Gray, Alicia Gray versus Chelsea Gray. This was played in the best of 3 format with each game played to 7 points. Alicia Gray took game 1, 7-0. Chelsea Gray then answered in game 2, 8-3, which forced a decisive third game. So in the third game,
Alicia Gray, she took a 6-0 lead to start, and then Chelsea Gray responded and was able to cut it to 6-4. The game remained there for 6 minutes, and neither player could score for 6 minutes. Think about how tiring one-on-one is. Ugh. And just going on and on and on like that. And they already played, I guess they had 2 before. No, they each had 1 before. So they've already played 3 times leading up to this. They had to have been dying.
They both had their hands on their knees. There was some funny memes of they both had their heads down next to each other, hands on their knees. There was a meme that was like, I wonder if they're telling each other like, should we just split it? Yeah. Should we just split the money?
That is not the case though. Chelsea Gray eventually did complete the comeback. She had a dagger of a 3 to finish off this matchup and won, taking home $200,000.
Yeah, it was such a cool tournament. I love this one-on-one tournament. We get to see just players do something different. Just like there's such a difference from 5v5 to 3v3, there's such a difference to 1v1, and it just shows different capabilities, right? Yeah. So she takes home $200,000. I just want to remind everyone of what Chelsea Gray's been up to in the past year. So in March of 2025, she wins the Unrivaled championship for Rose. She's the finals MVP. That October, she wins a WNBA championship with the Las Vegas Aces. And now in February, still in the same year, she wins Unrivaled 1v1. It's just an amazing, like, you just need Chelsea Gray on your team.
Yeah. Real cash.
Real cash. Raking in the trophies, raking in the cash. Alicia Gray earned $50,000 as the runner-up. Kelsey Plum and Aaliyah Boston each took home $25,000, which is awesome. And then the entire Rosebud team received $10,000 from the prize pool. And my question is, it was just announced this past week that Angel Reese is back at Unrivaled. Do you think she gets a cut of that $10,000?
I don't know. Above my pay grade.
That's for Unrivaled HR to work out.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it for the one-on-one tournament. Another big Unrivaled news that was released this past week is because of their great success in Philly, they are having their playoffs on March 2nd in Brooklyn at the Barclays Center. It is a Monday night.
Killing me.
I know.
It's killing me.
But if you're in that area, definitely check out tickets. It's going to be so fun. And I'm just happy to see them continue to explore their options outside of Miami because I just think it's cool.
Same. When we heard it was in Brooklyn, I was like, we're going. We're going to stay with your sister. We're going to have a weekend in Brooklyn. And then they were like, it's a Monday night. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need to stop. We can't work. We can't work. There's too many women's sports that we need to go watch. And we can't work anymore.
Yeah. If only.
But
as a reminder, this is where the New York Liberty play. The New York Liberty has an unbelievable fan base. So I just think it's going to be incredible.
It is going to be incredible. It's going to be awesome. Ugh, I'm so sad.
I know.
Okay. Anyway, maybe we should get into the update because you should rate and subscribe to our podcast because when you rate and subscribe, you increase our chances of us not having to do our day jobs anymore. We love to do this and we want to do it more. And we want to eventually get sponsors. And the only way we can get sponsors is if we have more listeners. So please rate and subscribe to our podcast. Share it with people you love. Give us a positive review. Do all of the things so that I can go to Unrivaled on a Monday night. Thank you to everyone who has rated the podcast so far. If you send us a screenshot of your 5-star rating, we will send you a Women's Sports Weekly sticker for free.
Yes. Another update, we have Run Club this Thursday and every Thursday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time here in Denver at the 99ers Sports Bar. If you listen to our podcast, we share a secret word each week. And if you share the word with the bartenders, you will get 50% off your first draft. We had a huge success last week for our Galentine's Day run/walk.
It was so fun.
So fun. We combined with another run club and a walking club here in Denver, and the turnout was incredible.
Incredible.
So we hope we get some traction through that. So come join us Thursday nights.
And during that, you had a great idea to get little Galentine's Day cards.
I think that was your idea.
Was it? I don't know. You ordered it. So we had candy and stuff like that, but we also had these little Valentines. And I was like, I don't know if anyone's going to do it, but so many people were writing Galentine's to each other. It was so awesome. It was just like, oh, this community is amazing. So that was really, really cool.
Yeah, it was great. And for this upcoming Thursday, the secret word is Chelsea.
Chelsea Gray.
Oh, wow. That went right over my head. It is Chelsea for Chelsea Gray, who we just spoke about. Alrighty.
She's won too many things for her not to be the secret word.
I love that.
Let's get into some NCAA basketball.
There have been a ton of great matchups. We are almost in March, which means March Madness is almost here. I truly cannot believe it. And teams are really putting on some shows. And the rankings, I'm just like, I have no idea what's going to happen in the tournament.
I know. It's going to be, the seeding is going to be very interesting. And let's get into this because, yeah. So Vanderbilt, who was ranked number 5, beat Texas, who was ranked number 4 last Thursday, 86-70. This was played at home for Vanderbilt, which is very, very important because this was Vanderbilt's 15th straight win at home, which dates back to last season. So they have not lost at home this year.
Unreal. They do have other losses this season, but they have not lost at home, which is just amazing.
Yes. NCAA scoring leader Mikayla Blakes had 34 points for Vanderbilt. This was her 4th straight game with at least 30 points, and she's doing this against ranked teams like Texas, Oklahoma, and Kentucky. Just craziness. So this past week, the NCAA Division I Women's Basketball Committee released their top 16 teams of the year, which is kind of like if we were to start March Madness tomorrow, these would be your top 16 seeds. And I want to read off the top 5. So in the number 1 spot is UConn. In the number 2 spot is UCLA. 3 is South Carolina. 4 is Vandy. And then 5 is Texas. Oof. So that would put Texas in UCLA's region, which is like horrible for UCLA and horrible for Texas.
Wow.
It's just crazy. But then this past Sunday, Vanderbilt got upset by Georgia, unranked Georgia, 76-74. So I'm like, are they the number 4 seed?
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting. But I do just want to point out to you that at the beginning of this basketball season, I said that I thought last year's Final Four was going to be the same. And so far, Texas is teetering. So if they are in one of the same brackets, it's not going to work. But it could still happen.
I know. Vanderbilt might mess you up, but not if they keep losing to teams like Georgia.
Yeah, we still have a few weeks of play before the actual tournament seedings come out. So teams better step it up. And I know Vic Schaefer was not happy with his Longhorns after that game.
Definitely. And when I say teams like Georgia, I just want to make a caveat because I am an SEC girly. You get beat up in the SEC. Yes. So these losses like this are going to happen. So I'm not shitting on Georgia.
You're just saying unranked.
And then continuing in the SEC, South Carolina, who was ranked number 3, beat LSU, who was ranked number 6, 79-72 at LSU. Hard place to beat someone.
I always talk about LSU's environment. The fan base is amazing. So many people show up, and this really was a back and forth game. And I didn't know if the Gamecocks were going to pull this one off.
It was messy, but this was Dawn Staley's 500th win as the Gamecocks head coach. It also marked the 18th straight win against LSU. So the games are close and they're really well contended, but somehow South Carolina keeps squeaking by. Tessa Johnson for the Gamecocks scored 21 points. She had 16 in the first half. Kim Mulkey called a timeout and was screaming, as she always is, who can guard Tessa Johnson? And someone stepped up because in the second half, she did not have as many points. And then in the fourth quarter, LSU was trailing 73-72, and Flau'jae Johnson got fouled and had 2 shots.
Oof. And she was playing incredible. She was having a great game. So these 2 shots, it hurt me a little.
She missed both. That's not like her. It was hard to watch. She was crying after the game. As much as I think Kim Mulkey is ridiculous, I really do really like a lot of players on LSU.
Yep.
And to see her miss that, especially when the Gamecocks were just playing really badly. And the momentum was so much on LSU's side in that moment, and it just stripped it all away.
Yeah, it was tough.
South Carolina wasn't getting rebounds. It was just rough to watch. But then on top of that, LSU missed 10 layups and 9 free throws. Somehow the Gamecocks win this matchup. They don't ask you how you do it. They just ask you if you did.
True.
So they keep on rolling.
Yes. And that wraps up what we have for this week. So why don't we talk about what we're looking forward to this week?
What do you have?
I'm looking forward to the gold medal match for Olympic hockey. I know the USA up to this point of recording have been on a roll.
Knock on all the wood.
Knock on wood. But the gold medal match will be on Thursday, February 19th at 1:10 p.m. Eastern between USA versus Canada.
That should be very interesting. I cannot wait.
Yes. What are you looking forward to?
I think we need multiple screens because figure skating is happening at the same time. The women's single final will be on Thursday, February 19th at 1 p.m. I'm very happy because we're taking off this week because your sisters are coming into town. We're so excited to have them. So we're going to be watching a lot of Olympics. At least I will be.
We're also going to be on the ski slope. So
I'll have my phone out. I'll be in the lodge.
Oh, man. I might be too. We haven't even skied yet. If the conditions aren't right, we'll be in the lodge.
If it's icy, I don't need to be an Olympian. I will watch the Olympians on ice inside.
No, we're getting snow. Fingers crossed. But anyways, it will be fun.
That is it for this week. We will see you next week on Women's Sports Weekly. In the meantime, watch women's sports and share the podcast with your friends. Rate and subscribe to the pod on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube. Thanks for joining us.